Yo YouTube, time for another mail day video. This is more of a PC or opportunity buy video than it is buying stuff to flip. I do have a pretty good stack of Brady stuff here, which is obviously something that I just resell, but I have some pretty nice Favre PC stuff that I really wanted to show, and just wanted to show also a purchase of a lot where there's a specific card I wanted out of it, and I believe I can sell the other card for enough to cover the cost, which is something that I do a lot, pun intended. So anyway, let's get into it, and let's do the boring stuff first, or boring in my opinion, the flippable stuff. I did find some nice Brady lots. It seems like it slowed down a little bit. I had so many sales going on since pretty much since right before he announced retirement, and it slowed down a tad, so I felt like it was a good opportunity to buy then, because there was going to be more out there and less people looking for it. So anyway, this first lot, I have quite a bit of base stuff, even though I sell quite a bit of it too, like common base stuff, score, tops, that kind of thing. So I'm trying to buy some lots where there's some bigger cards, if you will, or parallels, things like that, just to, they cost more obviously, but just to expand my inventory a little bit instead of piling on quantity-wise. Now I have sold, if you saw my other sales day videos recently, I've sold some pretty good quantity of Brady stuff as well, and lower end base cards and stuff like that. But I feel like that was a good opportunity to take some of that money and buy a little bit bigger cards. So nothing huge, but you'll see in the video here. So anyway, this first lot, this is a Concourse Silver 2021 or 2020, excuse me. 2021 Select hasn't come out. So I do have one of these currently. I really like this design from this year. I know it was overprinted, but the silvers are still something desirable. Here's an 02 private stock. So 02 cards, first year in that Patriots uniform. Here's a Absolute, 08 Absolute, but it's the red spectrum. So nice team color match there on those colors. It's not numbered or anything, but I don't see these that often, so nice little parallel to have. Here's the Air Marshals Prism die cut. I've sold quite a few of these. They do pretty well. This is from 15 Prism. Just sold a Prism base today for 13 bucks, so I can't imagine I wouldn't be able to get 20 or so for this. 17 Donruss base. I sell a ton of these. I don't know why. I'm guessing, going back to my theory earlier, where the 17s are just tough to get a hold of because anybody with sealed product isn't going to open it due to its value, with Mahomes being in it. And here's an 04 limited edition. This is the die cut. These do pretty well too. And I did have the private stock card in stock, and maybe a couple of the 17 Donruss, but all the rest of these cards I did not have. I just sold the only copy of this I had. This is 05 Memorabilia. And I've got a nice numbered card here. This is 63 out of 100. This is the Legacy Flashback, the green parallel. So not team colors or anything like that, but still numbered out of 100. The flashback is cool. I like the throwback uniform. His throwback uniform cards sell pretty well. I thought that was a nice added piece in there. Mosaic seems to be getting more popular. I hadn't sold any Mosaic stuff forever, and then I've sold a bunch recently. The golds seem to be really picking up based on the gold trend or electric, what do they call it? Electric yellow or something like that. Anyway, in Mosaic, but the golds in Prism are doing so well that I think it's pulling up the Mosaic. Anyway, here's the, I think this is orange. Or it might be red. Anyway, this is a prism. Not numbered, but again, I like the orange and the red with the uniform. Looks nice. Color match. So I really like that lot. I thought it had a lot of interesting prospects to it. This one, I paid a lot for this for two cards, but I didn't have any 2002 Topps Chrome in stock, and these do incredibly well. It's his first year of Topps Chrome. So it is the weekly wrap-up. It's not the main card, so it doesn't sell for quite as much, but these are pretty hard to find. And I've sold the Topps base one for $50, so I figured I could get over 100 for this one. Based on recent sales, they're a little bit all over the board. I've seen them go as high as 150 and as low as like 70 something. So since I'm gonna do it buy it now, it's the only copy I'm gonna have. I can leave it sit there for a while. I think these will only gain over time, because this again is 2002 Topps Chrome. Insert from that year. The design is nice. You know, it's Topps Chrome. Topps Chrome is going to be coming back with Fanatics. I'm assuming anyway. So I really think that that was a good one there to buy, even if I have to hold it for a while to get my high price. Then I bought a lot of 4 2015 Topps Chrome. Tilt this up a little bit. 2015 Topps Chrome. Just sold a pile of these, so I just keep trying to get the Topps Chrome as I can, based on the fact that they sell really well. Here's a 10 Topps Chrome, and then these kind of got stuck together. Here's a 20 Donruss. This is just the base version, and then an Absolute, and then there were 2 Prisms. I have such a hard time keeping Prism stuff in stock. Every time I get them, I raise the price and they sell anyway. So I'm just going to keep buying Prism base if I can get them. So this is 2017, I believe? Yeah, 17. So again, it's that year, that Mahomes year, a box of 2017 Prism. Since his silver rookie is in there, I would imagine is, you know, $5 grand, $4 grand, something like that. So who's going to buy that for to open? You know, you're going to buy that as an investment. So whatever's out there is probably out there, and those weren't high printed years compared to what they print now. So here's the next lot of Brady. Again, just a lot of base stuff. This is 12 Elite, 14 Topps, a couple Illusions, say 16 Donruss, 15 Donruss. Don't see a ton of those, so that was a good one. Some Topps. Never go wrong with Topps. Spellbound. These have been a ringer for me. We've talked about this in previous videos. Card Collector 2 mentioned this as something he digs for in dollar boxes. So a lot of times, even if I don't like the other cards in the lot, I know I can make money on the Spellbounds, so I'll buy the lot because of that, and whatever I make on top with the other ones is extra. I like this one. Score Golds actually don't do too bad. Again, with the gold hype in the market, I'm sure that's helped, but I've sold quite a few of the Gold Zone, or whatever you want to call them, from Score, and I really like this one. I don't have a gold one of this, but it's a nice picture of him. The sidelines, it's, you know, the design is kind of nice. Looks good with the gold. So I thought that was kind of a fun one to get. Here's a 15 Topps base. Hadn't sold any of these in forever, and then I just had somebody buy like 5 or 10 of them or something recently. Another Score. Here's another 125 Topps. Absolute. These were kind of a pack insert, I want to say, but you know, like a common pack insert. Anyway, this was a Legends giveaway thing in 2011 Topps, and it's got Brady on there. So this, they would have gave you this, I believe it's a card that looks like this diamond ring from the Super Bowl winner. So a couple of those Super Bowl champ ones, those do well. 11 Topps. I think this is 15, no, this is 12 Score. Super underproduced year, as we know, with 2012 Prism and how it does. I like to get 2012 cards. 13 Absolute, and then this is a Fantasy Focus out of 14 Tops. Cool design on that card there. Looks like the camera lens. Oops. Speaking of camera, just knocked myself around here. Okay, I'm going to slide this stuff over so we can get back into camera a little better here. Alright, the next lot is something I just talked about earlier. I bought a big lot of mosaics. I sold out of most of my mosaic stuff. It's really weird. Some of the inserts I still have, but somebody bought most of the base and the MVPs. So there's a big pile of MVPs in here. Touchdown Masters, I have sold some of those. Here's the flea flickers with Ronald Jones and Mike Evans on it. Had a few of those, a couple more MVPs, and then a Prism flea flickers. So I thought I'd get a little bit ahead of the game with mosaics, seeming to gain a little bit of steam and repile a little bit, especially after I sold a bunch of those at my asking price and I had gotten them really cheap. I figured, you know, I definitely had money from those, so I figured I'd get a couple more piles. So this one, may have overpaid slightly on this, but there's a couple reasons why. One, I think I actually accidentally bid too much, so I wanted to share this because sometimes that's a mistake that happens, but I kept my word. I bid on it, so I paid for it. Now, that being said, I believe I will still make money on this, just not as much as I would like to when I'm looking at my margin. But this is an 02 Upper Deck, so we talk a lot about the 02s. This was a this is his first year Patriots with Upper Deck. They sell pretty well. This one was kind of one of the draws to it. This is a Heritage. It's the red one, which is, you know, team colors, which is kind of nice. But the condition of it is insanely immaculate. These cards are extremely hard to get in good shape because they're just paper and almost more like a cardboard paper. Now, put these down here. But the corners are amazing. The centering is off some left to right, but not bad. I've seen these way off centered too, where, you know, the color's almost printed to one corner and then a lot of white on the other side. So I really like that. I might actually just hang on to that. That might be gradable. And then same with this one. This one can be a little hard to find in good condition. I have to look at the surface of this one because it can get scratched on the surface being a foil. But this is 02 Memorabilia. I've sold quite a few of these. But usually there's some white to the corners and some surface scratches and things like that. And this one, I guess there's a little bit of white up there. But otherwise, this was in really good shape too, so I'll look at that one closer. This was the main reason why I bought this. This is a Topps Gallery from 2002. I've never owned one of these. I think it will do really well. I've looked at the sales history again. It seems like some of the 02 Brady stuff is kind of all around the board. Being second year, not rookie, it doesn't have quite as much of a set market, if you will, at least from what I perceive to be. So I'll ask high for this. It is his first year Topps Gallery. It's a really nice looking card, so I was excited to get that. But as you saw on the screen there, I did pay up a bit for that lot, so I'm hoping it does pretty well. Again, I think Brady stuff long term is a no-brainer anyway, so if I have to hang on to it, I have to hang on to it. So here's a nice little lot, if you will, just some real low-end stuff. Some Score Team classics. I really like the classic stuff. I've done pretty well on those in 06 Fleer. It's an 08 Football Heroes. This is an earlier Rookies and Stars, I believe. 11. So again, a little bit lower printed year. This was one of the main reasons I bought this lot. This is Classics Gold. So you can see it's got the gold border on it, gold parallel. Real nice looking card, centered well, in excellent shape. This is from 17, so again we go to that 17 is tough to find kind of thing. Centered well, really nice card. I think I can do pretty well on that. It's gold. Everybody wants the gold. This is 18 certified. These have done well. I've sold big chunks of these at a time. This is 18 contenders. Some of the contenders you sell and some don't. I don't understand the contenders buyers. But whatever, I'll stock them if they want them. You know, come get them. Here's an 18 Elite. Love Elite. One of my favorite all-time sets. Been around a long time. And then this is 13 Absolute base. Nice looking picture there. So that's that little lot. Alright, then let's get on to the main reason I wanted to shoot this. This is some PC stuff, and this little lot here that I bought because I believe I can resell the other cards and recoup my cost and keep the PC card. So the first one here is, well, let's start with this one. This is a gold. So all three of these cards are serial numbered. This is a gold Joe Horn out of 149. So these were a pretty tough pull. TX is actually a very uncommon set. You won't see a lot of TX cards, even the base ones. This is from 2007. So a lower printed year. I don't think I'll get much for the Joe Horn. I mean, there might be somebody out there that's looking for a Joe Horn card, but these two were the reason for the buy. This is the red Lawrence Taylor. Lawrence Taylor stuff sells pretty well. Not as low numbered. It's numbered out of 1,099, but I think I can do pretty well on that. And then the card for my PC is the gold TX Favre. Do not see this card very often at all. Numbered to 149, which in the mid-2000s is pretty low numbering. So just really like this card, and I thought, well, for the price of normally what you would pay for just the Favre, I got this lot. Obviously it's coming out of the screw down. You can tell it's been in there a long time because no one uses screw downs anymore, so I hope it's safe. But if it is, as long as there's no indentations or it's not sticking to it or anything, it should be in really good shape. It's been in there for a while, protecting it. So I like that little lot. Super tiny lot, but I thought it was a good example of why buy the single card if I can pay the same price, get a small lot. Not a ton of work, just a couple of cards to list out there, and you know, cover the cost of the card I wanted. This one I bought just because, again, it was cheap. This is a premier level, and it's the sky blue, light blue, baby blue, whatever you want to call it, die cut. Aqua. Well, it's not aqua, it's blue. But anyway, I'm trying to buy some of the select colors. I know there was a ton of parallels made. This is from 2020. A ton of parallels made, but it's also making them cheap. You know, the production was high, so it's also making them pretty cheap. So I'm getting tons of cool cards for not much money. If you'd have bought piles of Topps Chrome refractors back in the day, you'd be doing pretty well today. So I think long term those will, even though they were overprinted, I believe they'll always have a market for 99 cents or whatever the heck I paid for it. I mean, you're not going to do worse than that on it. Okay, then I bought, and you can tell these are in my, this is what I use for my PC cards, these Beckett card savers, if you want to call them that. They call them shields. I noticed this one's got a little bit of the banner missing. So I like these because you can easily write on them. So if you're submitting them to a grader, you can put your item number on there. If you're just sitting them in your collection, you can put on here, 2005 Bazooka Comics number 13 or something like that. So you can easily inventory, or if it's a rare parallel or something, you can write that on there. Anyway, enough about that. They're also a little bit better plastic in my opinion. They're not quite as flimsy, so I like that for my PC stuff. Anyway, I bought some Bazooka Comics stuff. Now, a couple buy videos ago, I told you about the PSA 10 that I kind of stole from an eBay buyer, if you will, from the 4 Sharp Corners website. I got for a heck of a deal. So I probably don't really need these because I bought the 10, at least one of these. I can't remember which one I got the 10 of. I think it was this one. But the Bazooka Comics they're popular. They have a certain little collector's market, and I got a decent price on them. And so these two go into the PC until I can verify the PSA 10 that I have. And this one is a double, so it'll just go up for sale. Alright, so next, I'm really starting to buy into some of the non-card stuff, if you will. These are some 2016, I think it is. Yeah, 2016 Panini sticker book stuff. These are the class of 2016, so it was everybody who got into the Hall of Fame in 2016, which of course was Brett Favre's year. And the auction said there was one sticker, but I got 2, so pretty happy with that. I got one for the PC, that's why it's in my... I got excited and put these in my holders right away before I showed you guys. I didn't want something to happen to them. The Bazooka ones are just this thin little, piece of paper, like they would have been, in the comics in the bubblegum kind of thing, same paper. And then obviously these are just a small sticker, so I wanted to get them aside right away. So I'll have one to add to the store, which I like. This one I was really excited about. You don't see these very often. There's quite a hype around the select tie-dye cards, which I know they're numbered out of 25, serial numbered, so that definitely helps. But these Phoenix, I think they're called Color Burst. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. But anyway, I really liked this design for this set. This was 2018, I believe. Yeah, 2018 Phoenix. And this is the unmatched card. You can see it says unmatched up the side. I like the photo. I really like the design. And then with the color blast, you have all these sweet looking tie-dye type colors shooting out in all these different spots. I think this card is amazing. And I think these will gain in popularity over time. I've talked about Phoenix a few times where I think it's really underrated. There isn't much printed. It doesn't get highly circulated. I know it's not hugely collected, but I feel like it's got its place, and it's going to have a better place over time. The Phoenix logo on there, just really, really nice stuff. Nice stock, nice refractor surface, chrome. Don't sleep on Phoenix. And I got that super cheap. If this was a select tie-dye, this would probably be about $60 maybe raw, and I just paid a couple of bucks for this. So I'm going to continue to look for cool Phoenix stuff. Numbered stuff would be great too. And this one, I've been kind of chasing this for a while. I haven't been able to snag one because I've wanted to get it. They made quite a few of these, so I wanted to make sure I got it cheap enough. But this is a card inserted in Topps. I think this was Topps 2005. Yeah, 2005 Topps. And of course it's got bread on there, and it's got a little hunk of metal in the shape of a goalpost, and it's actually from, I can show you here, the goalpost relic contained on this card is from Super Bowl 31, which is the Super Bowl the Packers won with Brett Favre. So I mean, a memorabilia piece from a Super Bowl, I think, is something long-term, a good buy. Card's in great shape, it's centered well, corners are sharp, so I really liked this copy as well. Eventually I would like to grade it, of course. a little bit heavy with the metal in it. Not quite as well centered on the back. You can see the border sticker on the top and the bottom, but don't care as much about the back. It's nice and white. Sometimes you see these get kind of discolored on the cardboard surface. One thing that's funny about this is they have the score wrong on here. Should have been, I'm going to get this wrong now, but anyway, it wasn't 35 to 31, it was 35 to something less than that. I think it's 27 maybe. Again, correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, but yeah, interesting that they got it wrong on the front and the back, so I'm not sure how they did that, but what a great card. I love the colors, the old school kind of 50s card design. And then of course, you know, a hunk of the metal from the goalpost. You'd never see this today. They wouldn't cut up the goalpost and put them in cards. So very, very, very cool. Something I've always been looking for. And then the big one for the week. I can't believe I got this for the price I got it for. And I contacted the guy, and it sounds like he has more of this type of stuff. So I'm hoping to pick up some other stuff I'm looking for. But this is the Stat Smasher from '93, I believe these are from. No, this is '92. Oh my gosh, even better. '92 100 stripe Stat Smasher. Stat Smasher is one of my all-time favorite cards. They actually brought it back, a version of it back, in some newer products. I think it was in Zenith maybe. But of course the stripes, the only thing bigger than this would be 1,000 stripe, and I've seen these go for pretty big money. I've had to sit for a long time without one to try to get the right price. It's in pretty good shape. There's a little bit of white missing right down there. These cards have kind of a weird like pattern on them, and a lot of times you'll see sort of little dimples or whatever kind of pop through, especially in where the color printing is. But otherwise the card's in great shape. Corners are good. None of the foil is missing, which you'll see sometimes. Color's really nice, so really, really excited to get this and get it for the price that I got it for. So the big one off the PC list. Trying to nail all the stripes. It's a very tough prospect and expensive and all that good stuff. So shout out to the seller. I'm not going to put his name on here, but shout out to the seller for giving me this at a really, really good price. And hopefully he's got some more stuff for me. So, great card. I think this, what do I think this card is worth? I saw a lot of these go. It had a 5 stripe, 10 stripe, 20 stripe, and 100 stripe, I believe. I saw that lot go for like $2,500. So I think this card alone would be at least $1,000. I wouldn't take any less than that. So to get it for 150 bucks, and I think it was free shipping too. Shipped it right away, you know, messaged me, provided a tracking number. It was great. Super easy transaction. And yeah. So the way he had this listed, he was listing it for $150 starting price on auction or best offer. So I just offered him his starting price. I figured if I could get it at the lowest price he was willing to take, is essentially how I see it when somebody starts an auction and then has a buy it now, or best offer. I figured if I offered that and he was looking to move it, he would take it. You know, quick, easy buy. So, and he did. So I was extremely, extremely pleased. This will be a highlight of my collection for a long time. So that's it. So I hope you enjoyed this mail day. A little bit more focused on my collection. Used some of those profits I made on other cards to pick up some stuff that I want. And I think it was important to make a video where that's part of it. It's not just about flipping and buying and selling and all that good stuff. The purpose behind most of that is to continue the growth of the hobby and to put some money into some bigger cards that you want or you've been looking for a while. So it's kind of like if you think about consolidating. A lot of people talk about that with Real estate, you know, you own a bunch of real estate, you sell some of them, consolidate some of that money down, maybe buy a bigger piece of real estate. You see that a lot in stocks, crypto. You know, I have all these different coins, I'm going to sell a bunch of them, you know, consolidate stuff, put it back into something I'm focused on. So I sort of feel the same way with cards. But anyway, again, that's it for today. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you again soon.